Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 18. And in this series, we'll be using sketches as inspiration for our layouts. And today's sketch is by Kathy Price, who is Kathy Loves 2 with the number 2, Scrap, here on YouTube. And I'm going to kind of go by it. I'm going to have my title in the right place, 2 photos. Instead of tearing my paper, I picked paper that kind of had something go up to the center at a diagonal to the right. And only it's opposite. Like it's got the printing in the middle and white's on the outside, and mine's got uh, the opposite. I've got the printing on the outside, which I wanted to keep. I am showing the alphas I'm thinking about using. However, I am not going to end up using the wood grain, although that was my first choice. I'm going to use the word grateful too for my title, and it is going to go down the bottom left-hand corner. And here's my 2 photos. I am going to overlap them, and I matted them. And then, I like to do the telephone game, and I was trying to remember, and I was thinking maybe it was Polaroid things behind it or something, or frames, I thought. And so I will be using some frames a little bit differently, but yeah, I was going along those lines in my mind. But that paper is $49 in the market from a few years ago. I think it's called In the Leaves, and maybe 3 years ago. It's been a little while. And I am not sure where the frames are from. I think the center one is Simple Stories. And of course, the other one is 49 in the market. Well, the 2, because that one on the left came out of the center of the one on the right. But I'm not sure what it came out of. And, oh, I fussy cut, see that paper? A bunch of leaves out of there. And that is Simple Stories. And I'm going to add them to my layout. And I had Simple Stories ephemera there, and I showed it, and that's where those one leaves came out of, the more round looking ones, but the others were from that paper. Well, I think I might have fussy cut some from the paper. I can't remember. It's been probably a couple weeks since I made this layout. I trimmed the ones off the edge too. As you can see, that one's got to be tucked because it is not a full leaf, but they're so pretty. I wasn't going to not use them. And this one I wanted to put on top, but I wanted the other one to kind of tuck underneath. So I clipped it a little bit just so I can do that when I put it back on here. And I'm going to put it in a different place. I think I forgot where I had it to start with. But the outside edges on all of them have some foam tape. And then the parts that's tucked, of course, do not. Those photos there are 2 of my great nieces or sisters, and they're at one of those autumn farms, where they have the maize and all that stuff, and different activities that you can do. And they're with the sunflowers right now. I did think about using sunflowers on here. I did, and use my dyes, but I don't know how long it's going to go on, but I'm trying to not sit at my desk anymore than not any more than I have to, because I do keep coming back, but not sit too long and regret it later. My knee is healing fine, it seems like, but I do have back problems and sciatica, so, I have other problems contributing to the ones I already have. But I still get to scrap. Let's see. Oh, there was a heart, and I just cannot resist putting it on here. It looks like it's kind of random and right there, but I thought, I've got that orange leaf on the right-hand side, and this is orange, and so I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Looking at my frames up there, I was thinking, man, that's a pretty big gap. I probably should have cut them in half. But they're tucked in under there. I don't even know what my problem was there. But I'm filling it in. I thought I'd use a couple of tabs on each one of the photos and a few other odds and ends that I find. And I am rounding the corners with a 1/4 inch corner punch and inking. And I'm pretty sure I'm inking with rusty hinge and peeled paint on everything. And let's see, what is this? Oh, this was in the sticker book, and I did put it on orange cardstock so that it would be firmer there. And these are the wishing bubbles from 49 and Market. They are just so pretty. And I'm going to end up using quite a few on here, especially those little tiny dots. I had the enamel dots out and planned on using them, but once I started using the tiny dots, I went for those instead because, yeah, they're just really pretty on the layout. And there was a few leaves in there that was smaller, and they're turning brown. And so I fussy cut them out, and I'm going to tuck them here and there on the layout. And I really wanted to use that wood grain and match that kind of brown look up there. And so I put the orange aside. However, once I started putting my title straight down, that was my plan. But I went to put it down, and I thought, I think I want a little more down here. So I want to do a tab, and it looks kind of on the fat side. So I was measuring there to see how tall my alphas were. And I'm going to make it too long, but I will end up cutting it off. When I do go to put the wood grain on there, you will see it just kind of fades into the greenery there. It doesn't show up very well at all. And I thought, and I tore one or two. But yeah, see how it just fades in there, and it wasn't showing up. And I thought, well, I really want it to show up. I mean, why make a title and it not? So I decided to go ahead and use the orange instead. And so I'm putting the word hearts because I'm going to use that word grateful that I pointed out and put it on top of it. But like I said, I made it a little too long, and I will have to trim it off. I was just kind of guesstimating how big these letters were and how far they would go. And I wanted it straight, yeah. A lot of times I don't care because, I love the homemade look, and I like looking at it and think, okay, I did that all by myself, fussy cut it. But since all these others were straight because I used them on that trimmer, I thought I'm going to make that one straight too. But it looks a whole lot better with that orange, don't it? Oh, here's the grateful, and it broke apart as I was taking it off. But, one good thing about stuff like that, they will go back together, and once you get them on the paper, you can't even tell that they were broken. But it's grateful hearts, and of course it's harvest time, and everything. And we are grateful for them, and because they're very sweet girls. And they're there with a cousin, which I will be scrapping on other layouts, or have. I think I've done one already with the two smaller girls. But for some reason, she wasn't in these pictures here, so she didn't make it on this layout. And that branch was already die cut, and I happened to see it, and I thought, I think I could put that on my layout. But I'll show sometime where I store most of the die cuts that are already cut if I don't run out before the month is out. But I am just tucking in, and I am angling the little words that are going on there. And I should get the layout. Hold on a second. Okay, I got it. That one up there that's brown, it says fall favorite, and then the tag that, it is a sticker from the sticker book. It says bushels of fun, and then over on the other one, it says awesome. Then it has abbreviation. No, it is not an abbreviation. It is a dictionary description, and it is of the word autumn. I love dictionary words, and I ordered a dictionary, a vintage one. I knew it was like 1960 something, I think it was, and it said 6 by 8, and I thought, well, it's small. I can have 2 or 3 words in a row even to go on the layout. I got it. And it was just so cute. I have not cut into it yet, and that was a few years back. So, yeah, I keep thinking about ordering another one off of eBay. And, yeah, bigger, maybe newer, so I won't mind cutting into it. Oh, no, I've never cut into a book before. So, yeah, I may have a harder time than I would think, since I had a harder time on this one. There's my title with grateful hearts. And oh, I did put those leaves on the right. Um, when I was taking the photos, I thought, man, it needs something there. I went to take a photo. It just looks so plain. But here's my cluster of leaves on the right hand side with the branch going up there. And this is the one at the top with the branch and the cluster up there. And the wishing bubbles. Yeah, they're just so pretty. And there's the other one with the sticker. And see how great that sticker looks on a little bit of cardstock? So much better than laying flat in the back and not being embellished and have foam tape under it. I like it so much better that way. But I want to thank you all so very, very much for taking the time to watch my video. And be sure you check out the playlist down there below and see what everybody else has created with Kathy's sketch. Lots and lots of creation down there in that playlist. Lots and lots of fun. Have a happy, scrappy day. Bye.